Our first course of study is looking at what is life. We're going to be asking questions about what are the characteristics of living things, what separates them from non-living things, what do these living things need to survive, and where do these living things even come from to begin with. Your first activity is going to be pretty straightforward. All what I want you to do is on a sheet of paper, just number 1 through 20. I'm going to show you 20 different images in this video, and all what you need to do is, next to the number, write down whether you think it is living or non-living. Pretty straightforward. While you're doing this, I want you to just be thinking about, you don't have to write any of that down, but you have to think about what makes you believe that this is a living or non-living organism or object. So, no further ado, let's get started. Our first picture is right here. I am referring to these structures right here, these long cylindrical things, whatever you might call them. Just tell me if it's living or non-living. Picture 2 is this giant sphere. Again, just mention if it's living or non-living, and just to remind you to think about why you think you made that choice. Picture 3 is this thing. Moving on to picture 4, I am referring to this structure right here, and not this green stuff, not this grayish stuff, this structure here. Keep that in mind. Picture 5, I am referring to our little yellowy orange glowy stuff here going on. Picture 6 is referring to that, as you can see. Picture 7 are these stalks of greenish stuff. Picture 8 is referring to these structures here. I'm sure you've seen those before. Picture 9, I am referring to a single one of these, but I mean as a group you could look at it that way as well, but just a single one of these. Number 10 is this strange looking umbrella type structure going on here. I am not referring to the green grass you can see. I am referring to this structure here. Number 11 might look a little strange to you, but this is what I am referring to. Your main object here, not what it is standing on or laying on, whatever it might be. Question 12 is this strange blob. Question 13, I am referring to these structures. That's pretty easy to do. 14, I'm looking at just the white fuzzy stuff. This is also included, but mostly the white fuzzy stuff. I am not referring to the orange itself. Number 15, I would like you to focus on this blue ribbon that stretches from the top to the bottom. Please do not focus on the green foliage. I just want the blue ribbon going through. Number 16, I am referring to this structure right here. It is pretty interesting. Whether this is living or non-living. Remember, that's what you're asking yourself. Is it living or non-living? Question 17 is referring to this white fluff that is in the blue. Again, is it living or non-living? 18, I am referring to this structure here. 19, this is not an accurate picture of this, but due to the fact that it is extremely small, it is a visual representation of the real thing. It's pretty accurate for what it is, but I am referring to these twisted ladder-like structures. And lastly, number 20, I am referring to this hard casing. I'm sure you've seen pictures of them at all throughout your life. So again, we are just asking you to number 1 through 20 and tell me if it is living or non-living. As a side note, please be thinking about whether your reasoning behind whether this is living or non-living, and we will discuss this in class.